Yo, what up, players and playettes? It's Maddie. We're back here on Just for Fun. We're gonna do another Magic Origins draft as soon as it fills up here. What I've learned so far is that the this is a hard set to draft in that people are all over the place and people's evaluations of cards are all over because there's not as many cards that are just good. The cards are mostly, the power is all in synergy, it seems. So what has worked best so far is forcing a synergy based off of your first few picks. Typically you want to stay open, but the colors are all pretty deep, and it's really hard to tell, read signs, especially in Swiss. People can't read signals for crap. So, again, if you haven't watched me before, my channel is called Just for Fun because I play just for fun. I'm not the most competitive drafter. If you want to draft competitively and learn how to be better in that sense, then you should watch my friend Russell at the Limited Q. So now this pack is tough, right? Because Hollow Moonlight is not a good rare. It's not even playable at all. Of my uncommons, the wolf is good. It's way better than it reads. It actually makes combat pretty nightmarish for your opponent. Cruel Revival, which is an okay removal spell, and Stalwart Aven, which is an evasive creature. The general rule is to take bombs first, which there aren't any here, and then removal over, and then evasion and aggressive creatures, and then detritus filler, whatever else is left at that point. This is a pretty hard pack here, so I'm going to take the Cruel Revival. It's also tempting to take the Force Mage and try to like force elves or something, but in that case it'd be better off just taking the wolf. So, whoa, I didn't pick the wolf. Why did it give me the wolf? I picked the Cruel Revival. Okay. Well, I guess that got screwed up somehow. That's a little weird, but so maybe we're gonna try to force elves here. Here the starfish or the ooh, I really like the Glory Chaser. Claustrophobia is good. People keep saying that blue is the worst color, but all the blue cards seem really good to me, so I don't really agree with that. Starfish is probably the right pick. I'm going to take this elite. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so Jiraga Invocation is good if we end up staying green. And so is Disciple. Thopter Engineer and Akroan Sergeant are both really good red cards, so that could be a signal that red is open. Yeah, this is not overrun, by the way. It will not always win you the game. So, I think I'm gonna take this Disciple. Okay, it's early enough that I can take Sylvan Messenger and try to force elves. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and maybe the Deadbridge Shaman or Wheel because it's kind of a strong pack. Okay, Might of the Masses is strong. Alchemist Vial is just great in any deck. I think I'm going to take the Might of the Masses here just to further cut green. Valerian Wardens shouldn't be here this late, so I think I'm in the right color. Orchard Spirit is nice too. But I'm not getting past any black cards, so... well, Shambling Ghoul is a black card. The reason I'm saying black is because if I end up getting that enough elves, then I'm really going to want the Shaman of the pack. But Shambling Ghoul, Bonded Construct, Ramroller. I think I'm going to take Ramroller. Nah, I'll take the Construct. Alright, Necromantic Summons is pretty good card. And there's nothing really great here that leads me to think something is open. I'm just gonna take that on spec. It's pretty late Ring Warden Owl. I don't really want to end up blue-green again, but take the Centaur, but try not to play it. Caterpillar is great. Catacomb Slug. I don't know. This is kind of all over the place so far, so not really happy with this so far. Pack 1. Again, like, as you can tell already, the signals are like all over the place, and it's pretty impossible to follow. But I think green was open. Well, that's the reason to pick a second color. Tragic Arrogance is the bomb, so we're going to take that. Maybe we can wheel the Tactician. The Consul's Lieutenant will probably get taken, so maybe we can wheel the Tactician, Disciple, Orchard Spirit. Even Heavy Infantry is playable card, I think. Okay, so let's get these black cards out of here. Ooh, and we get a Consul's Lieutenant here, which is nice. So we'll end up green-white maybe. I'm gonna take white pretty hard going this way. Fiery Conclusion is the best card in the pack. I'm gonna take this Invocation. Now we gotta focus on just getting as many cheap dudes as possible. I love to have at least one of the 1/4 Spider. That card is way underrated. It blocks almost all of the flying creatures. And a lot of the ground creatures as well. It does a lot of work. So deck is a little wonky right now, but could get there. So I've got a bunch of aggressive cards, and then Tragic Arrogance, which doesn't really go that well with that. Gonna take the Troll. Be nice to get back Spirit Maulers or Construct or Heavy Infantry, something like that. Constructs get better the more of them you have. Sylvan Messenger. Okay. Need him anyway for gonna try to build the L's deck, so pretty cool new art on this. Definitely need more 2 and 3 drop creatures. There's nothing in this pack, so I'm going to rare draft this Battlefield Forge. That's awesome. Take another Construct. It's a good blocker, trades up. That is a really elite Gear Crafter. Boy, the white dried up pretty quick. See, like, what am I supposed to read from this? Like, alright, well, I guess I'll take Meteorite. Okay, the Tactician came back, and so did the Heavy Infantry. I'll take that one. And Gorger, I guess. Don't really want a second Gorger. Yeah, so this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. Somebody else must have gotten the actual elf deck, because I didn't see any Visionaries or Shaman of the Packs. And I have like no 2 and 3 drops. This deck is terrible. The whole format is 2 and 3 drops, so. Good, I'll get to collect some lands here. Come on, open something sweet. Willbreaker. Foil Troll. Yeah. Troll and Reefsoul and Thief are the good cards in the pack. Wouldn't mind getting back the Empath or something. But yeah, we're taking the Troll. Someone passed this? Okay, I guess somebody doesn't like tickets. Ooh, I'd love to take the Recluse. But yeah, we're taking Jace. It's not even a question. Suppression Bonds. So the problem with white is that the good cards are all double white, which makes it a pretty stinky splash color. Take this Timberpack Wolf. So I might not end up playing this Lieutenant, because if you don't play it on turn 2, it's really not very good. Well, not nearly as good, rather. And so far these messengers really only get each other or the elite. So that's not great either. Well, yeah, we're taking that. Willbreaker gets pretty mixed reviews, but in the right deck it's a bomb. Especially in blue-white, if you have like the Tapper guy, or you know, Send to Sleep and other effects like that, you can really go crazy. Okay. Don't really want any of these cards. I guess I'll take that for my elf deck. At this point, I mean, I have a complete deck. It's not a good one, so I'm just looking to upgrade things I pick. Alright, well, Disciple is good. It's good with Mighty Leap. Yeah, maybe I can cut these messengers. Well, we'll see what else we get here. Yeah, really likely to cut Consul's Lieutenant. As good as it is, it's not something I want in a deck that's this heavy green. because it gets much worse if you're not casting it on turn 2. Unless I get like a Mighty Leap or something. Well, my deck is very heavy creatures, so Angel's Tomb is probably good. Empath is probably great. So if I cut that, and then, you know, this always has a target. Well, I could try cutting these. Ram Roller's decent. Okay. I don't want to play against that. Or that. Demolish is still not a card. Alright, so maybe we cut one thing. Alright, so an unusual curve here. Very low on non-creatures, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We just don't have removal. So I could, against a very, like a controlling deck or something, I don't know, I could see a situation where I would take out the 1-drops and board in the messengers and stuff. I hate to bench this, but with the way the mana is, it's just not going to work. So what's my worst creature? You know, people probably think I'm crazy for main decking this, but there's a lot of enchantment based removal, like we saw Claustrophobia, and there's a lot of artifact creatures and Thopters and shit. This is always good. It always trades up. I think it's a main deck card. Meteorite is a mana source, and I don't have that many high drops. So, and I have I have 3 1-drops, 4 1-drops. Not that you would play this as a 1, so 3 really. So maybe I can play this as a 16 land deck. Yeah, it's kind of heavy a top end for that. Alright, well. Maybe we'll get rid of that guy. 5 and 12, see. Alright, let's do 11 and 6. That seems terrible to me. But obviously, Lieutenant's not going to work in a deck like this. But I mean, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colorless cards, so I guess the mana isn't that bad. Alright, this is not an optimal deck, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe it'll be okay. No, like 1 removal spell is not good. But we do have Tragic Arrogance, which is pretty great bomb. And I drafted a Jace. So I already got my investment back pretty much, right? So pretty happy about that. Sweet. Alright. Let's give it a shot.